Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a review of the Warriors Come Out to Play. So hopefully you've had a chance to check out the How to Play and Play Through.
Yes.
We even did an unboxing, but that's, if you're watching this video, you don't need to see that one. So this is a cooperative board game where, just like the movie, you are trying to get the Warriors that you're playing from the Bronx all the way to Coney Island. And along the way, you are going to engage in fights. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible fights along the way. And then if you get bopper cards along the way, if a warrior gets 3 of these, then you'll have to engage in another fight.
Yep.
So you can either run or fight. But if you run, you'll get bottles. And the bottles means that you're going to go down in reputation. So if you do run away from a fight, you take a bottle, and then when we were playing the game, we were at the top reputation. We would go down 1 and switch it with the Furies. And then if you were to get another bottle and run away a second time, we'd go down 2, and we'd switch it with those. And normally you start the game on 4. Okay, so it probably would take you to the middle of the board before you can get to 1. But if you go off the board for any reason, from running away,
You
lose the game. So you're going to meet different gangs like in the movie. So here you have the Rogues. That's the one that assassinated the leader.
Yep.
The Furies, the Lizzies, the Punks on roller skates, the Hi-Hats, and the Turnbull ACs. You were the one on the bus that was driving down, chasing them.
See, I don't remember all of them. And what about the punks? They were the bathroom people?
Yes, I don't remember the Hi-Hats.
The Hi-Hats, I don't remember them either.
I don't remember them. Maybe they did on the subway once. I don't remember.
I don't know. I've only seen it twice. I don't remember.
Here's a Coney Island, and when you get to the Coney Island, the game will stop. And based on your reputation, you're going to have to. So, if we're still on 4, and we face the Hi-Hats at the end, not only do we have to cover up the 4 here and this space with a weapon, but then because there are 1, 2, 3 gangs ahead of us, we got to cover up 3 more spaces, plus 2 more here, 1 for each person that's playing. So if there was a 4-player game, we would have to cover up 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 3. And so what are you doing to cover up things? You are playing cards, and you're rolling dice, and it's a matching type game. So in the beginning of the game, you go to Van Cortlandt Park, and then you have other locations that you play that are drawn randomly. But say I play these 2 cards, I roll 2 dice, and I'm the instigator. I started the fight because I either landed on a token or I got 3 bopper cards. I roll, and so I can cover up this 4 with a defeat token, or down here. Now, if they're ahead of us, are the Hi-Hats? Nope, they're below us, so we don't have to cover up an additional spot during the game. So I can cover up any one of these. And then Julie would go, she was playing Mercy, she can use her Switchblade to get 2 dice, or she can just play the Switchblade to cover up this spot, and then my turn goes. And if you run out of cards or you don't roll well, you can do things to modify rolls, like discard and throw hand cards. You start out with things like that. And you can see during the game, we discarded this many cards out of the game to survive.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you lose a fight, you'll lose cards, okay? And if you rest to get back your cards that you've played, you also have to discard a random card. Now, how are you getting more cards? Here you have the war card stack with the other warriors that you're not playing with in there, that you can acquire their cards even if you're not playing them. You got weapons, and then there's the bopper deck. So that's just a quick little overview. It really simulates the movie quite well.
It's just too bad you can't be playing the music while you're playing the game on the camera. But when we played it on our own, we did play the music.
Yeah, we put the soundtrack on, and of course,
it was fun.
The Joe Wash song.
In the city.
What was going through our head a lot.
All the time, yes.
All right, so let's take a look at, we do our reviews. Julie goes first, and I go. We give our positive, negatives, and neutrals, and then we give our rating based on the BGG 1 through 10 scale.
Right.
So here we go. Here's Julie.
All right. I found this to be a very fun cooperative deck building game. And your deck may not get really big, but you are building it. So, you know, it is a deck building game. And for just playing with 2 players, it plays very well. I think it would be even more fun with more people, but I like just it being just David and I found the board and even these boards to be really good quality. I mean, they're real thick and they're just easy to read. I just found it to be really, you know, really well done. The one thing that I did kind of say was negative is these little guys, these miniatures.
Here, you can show
if
them
you
your
can
camera.
see this, look, he's supposed to be standing straight, right? He's not standing straight. He's like falling over. He needs to be like standing straight up.
Yeah, even the warriors.
Even
is
the
bending a
warriors.
little
That's
bit.
the only thing I would, you know, be a little negative on is just that the miniatures just, you almost feel like bad for them, like they have osteoporosis, like they're ready to fall over. You want them just to, you know, give them a little boost up and have them stand up straight.
Well, they're just not as rigid plastic as other miniatures, so
Okay.
that's a
That makes
manufacturing process.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look what I have to say.
All right.
You're going to see there's some similar things.
Oh.
So it is faithful gameplay to the movie. You do feel like you're playing the movie, but there's no Ajax.
Who's that?
Ajax was the warrior which attempted to assault the cop on the bench. Now, they gave the excuse in an official BGG forum thread that, oh, he didn't make it to Coney Island, that's why we didn't include him. However, they included Snow, who got killed on the subway. So,
Oh, spoiler alert.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It
Okay,
doesn't
so you
make
shouldn't have
sense.
included Snow either.
Yeah.
I think they didn't include him because of his assault, and also because of the things he said about people's orientation.
That's probably a good thing then.
However, if you're going to do that, then you might as well not make this game, because if you really want to look at how nasty things that people say,
He's horrible.
Swan speaking to Mercy.
It's bad. We can't repeat it.
There are certain we were watching. It was like, oh my gosh, he's such a jerk.
Yeah.
And so if you really, you should have included Swan either.
Yeah.
So for some people that could be a problem. For me, it's a negative because they're gangs. I work in a prison. I work with students who are in gangs all the time.
Yeah.
So it's the theme of the game. I don't know. I don't think they didn't have a spine to do it. They should have just been faithful to the movie and not apologize for it, in my opinion. But
Moving on.
there's a lot of more positives. So as a cooperative deck builder, it's well done. Like what you see here, you're going to play cards to roll dice. Sometimes you're going to have to discard cards, like I said, remove them permanently from the game, to modify dice, like to throw hands, and then you will acquire more cards as you go along. So it's some really clever hand management here. And so that's, if you watch the playthrough, that's a lot of our decision making. And it's tense at times, because you really got to think ahead.
Yeah.
If you do this, what if I don't roll well, and I have to use this card to modify the dice, and then and then at times you're going to be going into fights with not enough cards.
Right, and that's scary.
Yeah, so it's tense in a good way. So it's decent card and board quality with tasteful art. I do think whoever did their art did a really good job.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Of doing original art, as you can see here.
I mean, it really looks, if you look really fast, it looks like the people
it's well
from
done.
the movie.
I mean, I don't know if they took a screenshot, and but whatever they did,
They did a great
it's
job.
rendered well.
Yeah.
Okay. They might have did a screenshot, and then that person, freehand drew it or did outlines over the screenshot. It doesn't matter. It's well done. And then it's weak miniature quality.
Oh, you said the same thing.
So I said the same thing. So if we take a look here, they're kind of plastic blobs. Okay. So here are the Lizzies. If you look on camera here, it's not going to hold paint too well.
Well, the best way to match them up, in my opinion, was with these big cards here. With these, was by the color of the color on the card. You can match them with the color.
But look at the hi-hats.
Yeah.
There's hardly any miniature detail on there.
Yeah.
So now I get that it is a $30 price point game. Okay. Could you have made it a $35 price point game and improved the miniatures?
Probably.
But then one of their main places they sell this is on Amazon and Target. And does their marketing tell them that they don't want to? You shouldn't sell a game for more than $30? I don't know. Are they not printing enough copies to do better miniatures?
Right. I don't know.
So it's nice to have them. But if you're someone who likes to paint miniatures, you're going to be like,
You won't want to do it.
Yeah, and then with them leaning over, like you said.
The hi-hat's the only guy that stands up straight. You realize that?
Yeah.
Everyone else, including the Lizzies, they all...
There's ways to deal with this. There's the boiling water technique, and then you can also bend them. But then if you're
I'd be afraid to break it.
If you're not careful, you can break them. So yeah, that's a little disappointing. And then challenging rules. So for someone who is an experienced gamer, you will be able to get through the rules, but you're going to miss things because your rules are spread out in different places, and there's little things you got to do right to play it correctly. Like, for instance, I know the first time we played it, we didn't play a certain rule right, and we made it more difficult on ourselves. And so what I did is, you'll see in the How to Play and Playthrough, I made 4 pages of cheat sheets. That's based on my dissertation on how to write comprehensible rules. And so if it's the link is there, you're more than welcome to make a copy of it and do with it as you wish, because it's I don't have a copyright on it because that's not my game.
Right.
So anybody who wants to download this, please feel free to do that. But we played it a lot better after I made these cheat sheets.
And you'll see that in the How to Play and Playthrough. You'll see that we reference that quite often. Now,
the reason why it's challenging is, like I said, an experienced gamer will get through it, but it will require some effort. Now, if you're not an experienced player, or you haven't played hundreds of games like we have, I can see some people giving up on it, especially if they haven't played a deck builder before.
Sure.
And they're not used to. I mean, there's a lot of steps. When you're going through here, you got to check the board.
Yep.
You got to determine, okay, what am I doing when I get there? Am I drawing a bopper card? Okay. And then am I fighting or running? And then when you're covering up things, you got to remember, all right, how many players do we have? Are they above us? And then you got to look at the cards for special rules and this for special rules. So it will be challenging for people who haven't played many board games. So let's get to now what is our rating. Because with that being said,
ooh,
we both said it was an 8. Now, why wouldn't we say it's a 9 or 10? Well, it's not a 9 or 10 because there's other cooperative games that we'll probably play and other deck builders we probably play over this. So this will stay in our collection, and we will play it. We're happy to own it and play it for years to come, especially to show people who are into the movie. So when we have somebody that will come over, we're like, hey, you want to play the Warriors? It's a cool game. So this is a game you bring off your shelf to play with other people. And occasionally you play it amongst yourself.
Sure.
But it's not like Clank, where you play all the time, or Dominion.
True.
I mean, we have Planet of the Apes cooperative game. We played that twice.
Yeah, I don't even remember that we had
remember.
it. So what does that tell you?
We kept that because it's a cool idea. Remember, you're playing all 4 personalities?
I think I remember that.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've played it.
But we kept that, and we haven't played it in 3 years.
Yeah.
But I still like it.
Yeah.
I still like it.
I mean, I enjoy this game very much, but if I had to choose between one, I would probably, like Dave was saying, probably do Dominion or Clank. I like
or
both
Marvel
games.
Legends or the Legends system.
Yeah, that's fun too.
But we're happy to own this. It's a great price point, despite the fact that they got cold feet and including everybody. Like I said,
what are you gonna do?
It's a movie about gangs. Okay, why you? That's interesting because remember when you watched the director's cut, the movie was pulled from the theaters.
Yeah, because of gangs. They were afraid gangs would go to the movie and there'd be violence.
Yeah, there was one incidence of violence.
Yeah.
And so they pulled the movie. The movie would have made a lot more money, but then the theaters got cold feet.
Yeah,
so
they did.
look, if you're going to pick a game like this, just do it right.
Yeah.
And no apologies, in my opinion. Because, Ajax's a jerk, but he makes Swan a better person because of that.
Yeah.
And when you watch it, he's kind of the guy that you're like, makes everybody else better.
True.
Because of his actions.
He's such a butt.
But then, like I said, Swan's a jerk too.
And
then he apologizes.
And she's a real smarty pants too. I mean, she's no princess. I'll tell you that right now, guys. She is no
she's
cupcake.
no princess. That's for
she
sure.
She is no cupcake at all.
Yeah, and the students I have in the prison, they're not cupcakes. They're not innocent either.
No, well, if they were, they wouldn't be in the detention center.
No, they wouldn't be. Anyway. So, like I said, we recommend this if you're a fan of the movie and you're an
Definitely.
experienced gamer. If you're not an experienced gamer, you probably want to play someone else's copy first. Check it out. If you find Monopoly difficult to play,
You don't want to. You can't. You
right,
don't waste your time with
you
this.
find Monopoly, Scrabble, Uno. I mean, any of those games
Very
difficult to
challenging.
play correctly, because some people play Monopoly, but they don't play it correctly.
Right.
Yeah, this is not for you. But if you have experience with other games that you find on Target that aren't typical family games that you grew up with, and you've handled those games like Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride,
You'll like this.
Catan, this is more difficult than those three.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Step up in difficulty. If you can, or Pandemic. Now, if you can handle Pandemic, which
You
is a
can handle
well-written
this.
rule book, you will be able to handle this, because we know people that do play Ticket to Ride, Catan, and Carcassonne, but then they get Pandemic and they have a hard time playing it correctly. So if Pandemic is hard for you to play, then this will be hard for you to play too.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, because this is more difficult than Pandemic.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks for watching.
Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Bye.